This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Full Sail University. Today on Destructoid, Mass Effect 3 is out and everyone hates it. Jim Sterling doesn't hate Silent Hill Downpour, and Blizzard is forcing you to play with yourself in Diablo 3. Also, do you guys want some free video games? Find out how to win them right now on Destructoid.
Hey there, welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville. Look what we have.
Those are some damn fine-looking video games.
The fine folks at Tecmo Koei were nice enough to send over 3 copies of Dynasty Warriors Next and 3 copies of Ninja Gaiden that we get to give away to you, our viewers, in a contest. And we're going to have the rules and the official details about that in a minute. But first, I have some important news. So, Lollipop Chainsaw. All the slutty outfits in that game. This is just like a series, like a one-sentence news story. All the slutty outfits in that game that were announced as Japanese in-game outfits, they're going to be for the whole world. So we can all be slutty worldwide together and fight the zombies. So
I was so afraid of that. I really wanted that shell costume that covers her nipples.
You're joking, but I actually am ashamed to admit that I was kind of bummed, and I was like,
I really want to wear that outfit. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Okay, good.
I think it'll be very
as long
flattering.
as, you know, worldwide sluttiness.
Yeah.
Region-free trampery.
Slut solidarity.
Yeah, there we go.
Excellent. So, moving on to real news. We still have not gotten an official release date for Diablo 3 yet, but Blizzard has assured us that the game is coming out soon, and sadly will not be including PvP at launch. Wow, wow, wow. The game's lead designer Jay Wilson said in a blog post on Battle.net last Friday that, quote, the PvP game and systems aren't yet living up to standards, and because of that, they've made the difficult decision to hold back the PvP arena system and release it in a patch following the game's launch. On the bright side, he added that the solo and co-op portions of the game were just about complete, so hopefully you guys can hurry up and release the friggin' game already, because frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of having to seduce everyone to get my way in this industry, Max. Okay? I'm an adult with adult feelings, and I don't mean like that, unless I've had a glass of red wine, in which case all bets are off. But mostly, yeah, I want the game.
The adult feelings come out in full force. Lusty long. Important Xbox guy Major Nelson made a little announcement on his blog today. As of April 2012, that's next month, Xbox Live Arcade games will be allowed to include up to 400 gamerscore achievement points. And as of June 2012, that increase will be mandatory for all XBLA titles. Up until now, XBLA titles have only been allowed 200 gamerscore points, or up to 250 if you include DLC. And you know, compared to full retail games, which contain 1,000 or more if you include add-ons and all that. But you know, considering the scale of downloadable games we've been seeing lately, like Alan Wake's American Nightmare or I Am Alive, I think it's safe to say that this sort of blurry line that separates like downloadable games from regular games is becoming more and more of a gray area than a blurry line. Of course, this news is also coming conveniently after some rumors that speculate that the Xbox 360's inevitable successor, aka the Xbox 720, apparently might not even include a disc tray. Obviously, Microsoft hasn't said anything on record about this upcoming device's existence, though they're probably working on it, and we all keep referring to it as the Xbox 720, even though that's the dumbest name. But the fact of the matter is, rumors are fun because we get to speculate about things, but one way or the other, I think it's becoming more and more readily apparent that we are approaching a downloadable future where all of our games come from clouds. And at the very least, you achievement hunters out there can get a few more bangs for your buck with your gamer points and the Chivos and whatnot.
Yeah, e-penis measurement device.
Yes, the e-penis measurings. Yes.
Right. I don't get the whole gamer score thing. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, why is that a measure of e-penis?
I mean, you don't. It's a long story.
Like, you play video games. Cool story, guy.
Our bodies ourselves are gamer scores.
I know. I shouldn't be complaining. I know I'm going to get hate in the comments for this anyway. Moving on, in a somewhat unexpected turn of events, it looks like Notch has settled his legal dispute with ZeniMax and has retained the right to use the word scrolls in his upcoming scroll game about scrolls. He broke the news via his Twitter Saturday morning, where he announced the terms of the settlement, which entail that ZeniMax gets to keep the trademark while Mojang is restricted from ever using the name to create an Elder Scrolls competitor, which, needless to say, I don't think would have happened. What Notch neglected to tweet, however, but was reported on several websites this morning, is that the settlement actually bars him from ever using the Scrolls name again, even for any potential sequels for the series. So regardless of how ridiculous you thought the original lawsuit was, this is probably the best compromise that anyone could have hoped for. Not only is it a triumph of the legal system, demonstrating that justice can prevail in the face of greedy corporate America, it also ensures that we're never going to have to see another Scrolls game again. And really, isn't that something that we can all be thankful for? A video game about card games.
You're terrible, man.
I'm a terrible person.
Notch made us that intro for our show that one time.
I love the man, but Scrolls,
Scrolls are slightly less interesting than cubes.
Nobody's gonna buy this game.
Okay, well, we'll see about that.
Except for the people who are like in love with Notch, which is a lot. Great.
There are several million of them. Now, so that was some surprising news, the fact that justice actually prevailed for once, but here's an even more unexpected surprise. Jim Sterling posted his review of Silent Hill Downpour over on Destructoid.com and seemed to actually enjoy it. Now, like most fans of the original Silent Hill games, Jim was none too pleased by the more recent installments, harboring grudges for Homecoming and Shattered Memories and just kind of being bored by Origins. That being said, he went into his time with Downpour with low expectations, and he's come out surprisingly pleased. The general sentiment of Jim's review is that Silent Hill Downpour is, for the most part, doing a wonderful job of finding a balance between modern gameplay mechanics and classic survival horror elements. He praised the game's atmosphere for being truly creepy and encouraging players to explore, and lauded David Licht's score as a fine successor to the earlier Akira Yamaoka soundtracks. Jim did say he was disappointed by the game's enemies, writing that in place of the notoriously symbolic H.R. Giger-esque creatures of previous games, Downpour is populated by just rather mundane beasts and monsters. Jim's biggest issue with Silent Hill Downpour was that it forced players to rely on a subpar combat system in a game that is better suited for flight than fight, saying that the final act attempts to become more of a beat-em-up instead of a horror game. And in spite of his complaints, Jim gave Silent Hill Downpour an 8 out of 10, which is a kind of big surprise.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. As always, you can go, and you should, read the full piece over on Destructoid.com, and you can find a link to that below our video.
A lot of people were making fun of this game before it came out, just, you know, by virtue of the fact that it's a new Silent Hill game. I actually played it at PAX last year, and I thought it was pretty good. They get the atmosphere right, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Is it silent?
It's silent.
Are there hills? Sloping hills?
I definitely saw at least one hill, so yes, I can confirm those rumors definitively.
Very cool. Well, let's take a word from our sponsor, shall we?
I was just about to say that.
Okay.
So you like video games, we get it, but have you ever given any thought to creating them? Whether you're interested in programming, art or animation, story curation, or even producing games, Full Sail University is guaranteed to have a game degree program to fit your needs. Not to mention, their campus is equipped with professional-level game studios and labs, where you can work with a team of peers to create a playable game from start to finish. Full Sail also offers an immersive online program that can earn you a bachelor's degree in game art or game design from anywhere in the world, and all Full Sail students receive a laptop that's preloaded with professional-grade game industry software at a sweet institutional discount. Full Sail grads have worked on all kinds of titles, from Red Dead Redemption to Madden NFL 11, and not just on game design either. They've got a wide range of campus and online degrees in all sorts of fields related to the entertainment and media industries like filmmaking, recording arts, entertainment business, and more. For more information, head over to fullsail.edu/Destructoid today. Education is never a bad thing, right?
Yeah. Buddy of mine actually went there. He draws pictures of Legos or something for Lego stuff.
Is he rich?
I don't know. He makes a living. Yes, he's rich.
Okay.
Very rich.
Awesome.
So a thing that happened recently that's kind of interesting is Mass Effect 3 came out last week.
Right.
That was a thing that happened, right?
I forgot all about it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't because I am on Twitter.
Everybody got kind of crazy about it.
People got really crazy.
People got really crazy. Let's run down the ways in which people got crazy. For starters, there was that day one DLC, which is free for people who bought the collector's edition, but cost $10 otherwise. That got announced on an XBLA, or Xbox Marketplace, whatever, by accident, and accidentally gave kind of a spoiler reveal of a character that was in it, and everyone got really fed up about that. And then they pretty much bombed the Metacritic for.
Yeah, it's got a 50 right now on Metacritic. I checked this morning, but the actual like critic reviews are at a 94, 95 or something.
Exactly, because people really like this game. If you go on your Xbox Live list or your PSN list or your Origin list of friends, you know, not Steam, it's not on there. No. And you know, you look at what your friends are playing, there's a chance that quite a few of them are going to be playing because it's really hot right now. Some other things happen. There's a character in Mass Effect who wears a mask, and in the game there's a part where they give a picture. I'm trying really hard to avoid any spoilers here, but BioWare used a stock image. From
Getty Images, yeah.
It was a Getty Images stock photo that they sort of photoshopped in the game for this character whose face we wanted to see.
Okay, I thought all the complaining about the ending stuff was ridiculous, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a second, but it was really tacky.
It's pretty tacky.
BioWare to do this. Like,
this
that's
is like
just late. They hardly doctored the photo at all either, which is what was funny. Like, they gave it a slight graphical overlay, and that was pretty much it.
If you guys want to know what picture we're talking about, you can go out and find it, but we're not going to try and spoil anything for anybody. But the fact is, they did not consult with any actual person and go, excuse me, person, may we take a picture of you for our video game that people are dying to play? They were like, oh shit, we need a picture. Stock photos.
What's dumb is that I thought they included a picture of it in the game at all. Like, because they don't show it when such and such actually takes their mask off in the game. They show it as a picture on Shepard's desk in her office.
Pretty silly.
What's the point?
Anyway, we're steering pretty close to spoilers, but another thing that happened is everyone's really mad about the ending.
Yeah, so
we're not gonna say anything about the ending. We're not gonna spoil it. That's a bad thing.
There's like a 54-page thread on NeoGAF right now where somebody created a petition. Basically, like, we're not gonna say anything about the ending of the game, but basically a petition to create a happy ending.
Yeah, they want a different ending.
Yeah, is dumb.
And we're using that term happy ending lightly. They just want a different ending. Remember a while ago when the entire internet got super mad because Roger Ebert was like, video games are not art. Well, let's be honest here. Like, if you went into a museum and you were like, wow, Picasso's Guernica's kind of dumb looking, and then sort of tried to draw over it or try to petition to get it changed, or, you know, if you went to a play and you were like, hey, do Hamlet better. Yeah, they'd kick you out of the theater. If you went to a restaurant, you were like, yeah, this food sucks. Can you change this food? They'd probably spit in it. So why is this acceptable? Why is this an okay way to behave for this medium that we're all very appreciative of? BioWare gave players so much choice in the way the game was. They gave them so many options to do things their own way.
It's never enough, though.
And of course not. They're like, no, we want our money back. We want a petition to do something differently, and that's so fucking silly.
Obviously not everybody feels this way. For the most part, my Twitter feed, which is how I get the majority of my news and opinions from people I respect, most people agreed that this was a ridiculous idea to ask, you know, a game that's already come out to change the ending, you know? And it kind of does gamers a disservice knowing what incompetent, whiny twats some of them can be. I'm gonna start a
petition to get James Vega removed as a character because he sucks.
Yeah, they made him the subject of that Mass Effect anime.
Yep.
That was so dumb.
I feel like they're probably they're kind of wary of the fact that this might very well just not bode well with fans. Like, maybe they'll be like, I don't want to watch anime. Anime's dumb. I want Mass Effect in a different format or whatever. So they're like, let's take a character that maybe we're not so sure about, you know?
It makes me wonder if they did that to try to get him to appeal more to people, since pretty much everybody said that he was a stupid character.
He's a really dumb character.
Or if they did focus on him so they wouldn't have to go back and, you know, worry about getting all the factual details correct in other characters' backstories.
So aside from weird, lame, dumb complaints, there's also apparently a lot of technical issues with Mass Effect 3 on PS3.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of lag complaints. People are talking about it running on 20 frames per second, while on 360 it runs at 30. Some melty faces, stuff like that.
That's creepy.
You know, this is one of those things where, oops, a game is a little bit broken. That's sort of not good.
Yeah.
At the same time, of course, everyone's really stoked about it. And then there's other stuff. A lot of people are complaining about not being able to import their characters from Mass Effect 2 for various reasons. I, for one, actually, I imported my ME2 Shepard, who in 2 he looked like Channing Tatum. You know, he's just like a kind of asshole-looking white dude. I brought him to 3, and he just suddenly looked really Hispanic. Which, I mean, that wasn't a problem for me. It was just kind of weird to see a Hispanic Channing Tatum. So I changed him to like a really pockmarked black dude with a mustache. He looked like a cross between Billy D. Williams and Edward James Olmos, which was kind of worked for space commanding.
Very sexy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it makes you wonder if that's the reason that they send out Xbox review copies or something. Because didn't the 3 version of Skyrim also
Yes,
have
it
a
did.
whole bunch of bugs
That
and
happened.
stuff. Of course, the Xbox did too, so I guess it's kind of a crapshoot, really.
I don't know. And then there's, of course, complaints about Origin, but that's just par for the course at this point.
I won't even delve into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mass Effect 3, fans are butthurt.
Everyone's talking about it. For better or for worse, it is a big hot thing right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we'll be talking about this more in the coming weeks.
Tara, do we have a thing to...
We do. One last quick thing before we go, I guess. We totally forgot to talk about this in our Hurricane of GDC coverage last week, but we never announced a winner for the great analyst debate that we had on last Wednesday's show, featuring industry analysts Jesse Divnik and Kevin Dent. You guys remember that? That was fun.
That was fun. That was the first time we weren't the ones being called unprofessional and childish.
Yeah, I know.
For using too many bad words.
It makes me feel better about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after 5 days of deliberation, YouTube has spoken, and the winner is Jesse Divnik. Congratulations on your well-deserved and completely inconsequential victory. Your non-existent check will be in the mail soon, sir.
We're just going to write a $ in an email and send it to you.
Yep, that'll be fun. Now, on to more exciting things. Video games to give away, specifically 3 copies of each Dynasty Warriors Next and Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus. These are for the PS Vita, and we want you to win them. And in order to do that, all you have to do is send in your best ninja or samurai cosplay. Points are awarded for creativity. Don't feel the need to, like, you know, sew yourself a giant outfit. Yeah. Although if you can, that'd be cool. But yeah, points for creativity. Take a picture of it, send it in to cookies@destructoid.com by Sunday at midnight Pacific time, and then we're gonna choose 6 winners and announce them on Monday's show. Really couldn't be easier. This is a US only thing, just so you know. We're gonna have codes for you international viewers soon. And do not worry, because Max's girlfriend is not eligible for this contest. That would be unfair, because you're boning.
Yeah, and then she'd start using my Vita all the time, and I don't want that.
That would be weird.
That's bad news bears. Now, finally, you probably heard us talking about this newfangled Rev3 Games YouTube channel last week, but if you didn't for some reason, because you don't pay attention, let us catch you up. Basically, we've started a new channel where you're going to be able to watch all of Revision 3's gaming content, in addition to a bunch of videos exclusive to Rev3 Games, stuff like Casual Friday, you guys seem to like that, or, you know, maybe extra gameplay vids or fun random shit. So even if you already watch all of our shows on this channel, you should still subscribe to Rev3 Games. Just this morning we put up an awesome new feature called Good Job, where our pal Mauricio checked out the folks behind the sound noises in games like Dead Space, Left 4 Dead, Team Fortress 2, and a bunch of others. It's really cool. He's like got people shouting into microphones and pretending they're scary animals and stuff like that. There's also a ton of extra GDC videos up there, and even more going up the rest of the week. So the bottom line is this: subscribe to Rev3 Games. Follow it on Twitter, it's at Rev3Games, and then we can make even more videos together, and if we get to 10,000 subscribers, we'll post some naked lady pictures or something, I don't know. Something.
Nude pictures of somebody.
Nude pictures of lolcats.
Right, yes.
Yes.
That is wildly inappropriate.
Okay, speaking of lolcats.
Right, Twitter, the thing. Where we do the thing.
Yes.
He is Max Scoville on Twitter. I am Tara Longest. We're both on there. And you know what? Also, the show's on there too, believe it or not, at Detoid Show. You can go follow it for those nude pics with
hot nudes. Live hot nudes.
And free iPads.
Free iPad 3.
Free iPad 3.
Team Follow Back. Team
Free
Jacob. Justin,
3.
Miley Cyrus, Bieber.
Okay, we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Nude.